Hello, everyone. We are live. We're waiting for Reddy to come in. I am solo today, so it's going to work a little bit differently than when Laurel and Michael are here. So I'll get into that, but just know we are ramping up slowly. It's going to take us a little bit longer to get started today just because I am solo. So, all right. So we're working on it, y'all. Um, if you guys are here and you guys come to the Zoom, you guys still can come to the Zoom. The Zoom is open, so you guys can come. So come to the Zoom also. Um, but we are doing Learn to Code Tuesday, and we're gonna get started. But if you are in the Zoom or you are registered, please come in to the Zoom. It is open and the waiting room is off, so you guys can come and enjoy the Zoom. So please do that if you don't mind. That we're not alone in Zoom. Let me quickly look at the chat a minute. I'm kind of running around like crazy today, so. Hey, Francis. Welcome. I'm going to send out the links if you guys want to register. Please do so. We want as many people as we can, and we're doing free code camp today. So please come and register. Let me go ahead and put this on social media. right, here we go. I just posted it on social media. You guys can come and join the Zoom if you would like. We're gonna do a free code camp help session today. We're not doing anything fancy because I'm running by myself. So that's what we're doing. Hope you guys like it because that's what we're doing. Hello. We're starting to get some more people in the Zoom. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. This is the solo edition of Learn to Code Tuesdays. I put in the YouTube, and I wasn't. Did you start watching the YouTube? All right, are you here, Jackie?
Say again?
Um, did you start watching the YouTube?
Not yet. I I'm trying
We
to.
have 4 people watching, so that's why I was curious. Like they thought, oh, maybe we can't come because the Zoom's not open. I am not Laurel, everybody. It says I'm Laurel on screen, and I'm nowhere near Laurel. But it's Sailor. I logged into the Zoom so that I can control the Zoom and be able to facilitate this today. And Michael is unfortunately sick, so he will not be able to come today. So it's just me, myself, and the students. So,
Okay.
um, okay. And what we're doing today is we're doing a help session because that way it's easy. You just get it done. And I was up all night with Michael, so then I will go back to bed.
Are you
but
okay?
hmm?
Are you okay? That
Oh,
you were
I'm
up all
great.
night? Okay, good.
I slept like probably I slept all right. But I want to make sure I get this done because I promised Laurel I'd do it. So I'm in a good mood and let's go. Because I actually slept like later in the night, so it was fine. But all right, everybody who's here, if you would like to unmute, everybody in the chat, you guys can ask questions. Let's start off with free code camp progress. How is everybody doing this week? Jackie, let's start with you.
I got through I don't know if I'm saying that right, semantic
Schematic,
HTML in the full
semantic
stack.
HTML.
Yeah. So I'm moving on to probably my least favorite part of doing coding in HTML, which is the tables.
Mm.
So that'll be my next challenge, but it's
Why?
going. I'm
Why is that your least favorite part? Let's walk through that then.
Why is it my least favorite part? Um, because I spent way too much time in corporate America. So when I think of a table or a the way they want it laid out and they want to view it, I'm like, why would somebody not just throw this into an Excel, link it in Excel spreadsheet
Okay,
somehow? Because I'm like, wow, this is a lot of work just to display something.
let's talk about that actually. That's a good point. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that after we get status updates because that's
Okay.
actually a really good point. Anybody else? I know there's Phil who's muted. Don't be afraid to speak up, y'all. This is an interactive meetup, learn to code session, so everybody is welcome. And let me check chat real fast, see if there's anybody in chat. If you, yes, you do have permission. Let me go ahead and put the registration link. All you do is you register, and then you can join as a participant, Francis. Just give me like 2 minutes, real quick. I'm gonna throw the registration link in chat, and then you can go ahead and join our Zoom meeting. But thank you for wanting to do so. So, yes, let me quickly get that sorted out. Let's see. Welcome, Alfredo. Welcome. Seems like we're gonna have the group today, which is exciting. Okay. So as I've been telling everybody else, we're doing our learn code session today because I am solo. So that's the easiest thing we can do. And let's talk about some free code camp stuff. Alfredo, if you don't mind unmuting, or if you can't unmute, throw it in the chat. How far are you along free code camp?
I'm not super far into it, but still going.
Okay. Do you need any help? Is something slipping up?
No, no.
How far are you? Are you in the cat photo?
I think.
Okay, that's fine also. Um, well, let us know. I'm quickly throwing the link on YouTube. And then I will go ahead and answer Jackie's question. Okay. All right, so let me throw this in the chat real fast. Okay. Uh-oh, hold on, me. Okay, so I just put in the link to chat, maybe. Let me verify that real quick. And then we'll get started. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Because I've got good content coming along. And I don't want you guys to miss it. Okay, there's the registration in chat. Francis and everybody. So if you guys want to register, please go in the YouTube chat. Everybody has permission, and you can even share this with a friend. Okay? Okay, so now that YouTube is taken care of, Jackie, let's quickly answer your question. Why don't you just put it in an Excel spreadsheet, right? Because you've been working in corporate America. You know that tables are kind of a pain in the butt. But you also know it's like, why don't we just throw this in an Excel spreadsheet? There's many reasons for this. Number one, we need, it needs to be on a website. And that way people can be able to view it without downloading a file. Because not everybody's going to have Excel. But number two is the most, well, the most real reason they do it is because they want to make things look pretty. They want to make their little shiny tables with all these different colors and animations and all that other stuff so they can keep the readers reading through boring data. That is one of the reasons that they do have the tables in a website instead of just throwing it in a spreadsheet. It's a lot more work. But you see, at corporate America, that's why a lot of web developers are paid the big bucks to work on big tables.
That's funny. Yeah, because I mean, again, I can understand forms. You need that interface. It's got to go someplace. You need to store the information. But the table things, I'm just like, oh my God. when I've only built one or two so far, and I'm like, wow, this is so painful. I could have this done lickety split in Excel, but I see what you're saying too, that they want to make their web page interactive and everything like that. So I do understand it. And I also understand I'm only looking at the very beginning of this. Like I'm sure some of the advanced programming languages probably have easier ways to deal with tables. Am I
Also,
right?
there's like boilerplates for making tables, and I'm gonna probably show this at some point if people want to see it. You can actually make tables with like AI, or there's this thing called the Emmet in VS Code where you can like quickly like weave out a table in no time.
Okay, cool.
So I'll
Good
show
to know.
that in a little later. Um, yeah, I'll show that a little later if that's okay with y'all. Okay. So, any questions? Let me check my chat. Um, you guys can register in the YouTube if you're not registered. And okay, chat's good to go. No new chat messages. Any other questions, Jackie? Let me ask you this: how's your full stack going?
So far, hold on. I'm in the HTML. So I guess I am on the third. Yeah, I got through basic HTML. I got through semantic HTML, and now I'm working on forms and tables. So I guess
Okay,
that's the third. And then after that comes accessibility.
which I'm sure you're gonna love.
And then I think after that, um, I'll move on to CSS. So I think from the looks of it, I'm missing 90 like on when I look at the courses and I look where I am, it says I have 108 out of 193 steps complete for
That's better than nothing.
HTML. Yeah. So it's coming along.
Okay, so that is that real quick. I need to. Okay, there we go. Um, so yeah, I mean that's like I said, you're making progress. Um, and yeah, it's kind of a small group today, which is better than I was afraid nobody was gonna show up. So I'm glad that people showed up. And I'll quickly, do my best to talk about the Laurel Wheeler Foundation at the end. Like I said, I do not represent them, but I work with Laurel enough that I could probably at least give some kind of overview in case people haven't heard of them on, YouTube, because we have more people watching on YouTube than we have ever before, which is awesome. We have 4 people watching, which usually we get 1 to 2, so I'm very excited about that. So let me go ahead and let me get this sorted out real quick. I'm trying to send the link. There we go. Okay, so anybody else have any questions? I know, Jackie, you're working on the full stack, and I'm gonna do the tables demo. Um, Now, yeah, last week, let's talk about what happened last week. So, remember, we went on this 3D printing extravaganza last week, and that was really, really exciting. Um, and I love that. And we actually did get that keychain done. So we're gonna be selling it in our store soon. Jackie, and what did you think about that 3D printing thing? Because we really didn't have a whole lot of time to like reflect on it. I wanted to quickly get it, since people probably had more questions. I am gonna be creating that Facebook group, so watch out for that for 3D printing. But at these Learn to Code Tuesdays, y'all, any topics kind of fly, right? Because learning to code and 3D do have things that go together. So, yeah, what did you think about that specifically, Jackie? Because I know you were there, and I know that you have dealt with CAD stuff before.
I thought it was very interesting. Um, I am, it's kind of interesting how you have to be so aware when you're asking AI to do things for you, though, of
Yes,
where, that whole translation thing where, okay, here's the code for it, but then when you actually feed it into the machine sometimes will be like, that's not going to work out great. And then you've got
I've
to try to go
actually
back and
I've
troubleshoot it.
actually
Yeah.
figured out a way to do that. I'm gonna actually show you that later because I can have AI make like a spec document of what it's going to do, and then feed that to another LLM and then feed it to the LLM and like code it. That
Pretty
actually
cool.
works a lot better on the first try.
Yeah, because I mean, again, it was interesting to watch you go through that process and watch the tools working through it.
Yes, that's definitely and I'll do a quick demo of that. You know how like and I'm not did you say, Jackie, that you're gonna start using more AI, or have you what's oh,
I
I think we
think
have a new participant. Go ahead first.
at this point, I use it pretty much for if I get stuck someplace. I will ask it to try to help me get past where I'm stuck. Like it's a good
Okay.
checking tool for me.
And how is that working for you?
It's working out pretty good. I mean, again, I'm making progress on that full stack. And if I didn't have an AI tool to help me out with it, um, I probably would have gotten frustrated with it and stopped. Well, plus the Learn to Code Tuesdays. It's nice to be able to come here
Yeah.
and ask questions. And I hope anybody that is stuck on something does speak up and ask while we have, people here to help us.
Well, yeah, well, we have a person to help us this time. We don't have people. I mean, well, we have you guys and me. Michael's not here, and then Laurel is not here, even though I'm like it says she's here. No, I'm actually, logged in. But yeah. Melissa, I saw you just join the meeting.
I did. Hello. Sorry for being late.
Could you not find the link? I couldn't either, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had
No,
to
I
open
was
the
on
Zoom.
I have another um work related thing every Tuesday from 9 to 10, but once in a while it goes a little long, so I
It's okay.
apologize for being late.
It's okay. So, how are you doing on your free code camp?
I am I'm doing okay. I'm working my way through it. I decided to do the full stack thing too because I really wanted to watch the videos and get the video transcripts. So um and I kind of went back um to the beginning just so I could watch some of the first videos to get a better idea of, you know, why I need to do what they say to do, you know.
How's that going for you?
So it's good. I mean, I'm enjoying the interactive, you know, part of being able to um, just get more of an explanation because it's sometimes it's easy to, just kind of copy and paste and then you're like, but why do I have to do it this way, you know? Um, so
And that's yes, and that's a really
it
good
helps.
question. Um, you know, I was talking about that with Jackie with the tables a minute ago, right?
Hmm.
Like, why do I have to do it this way? And we were kind of having a discussion. We'll do that in a little bit with showing the tables. But I mean, that's exactly right because you're like, well, I have this work, but why? And that's also another good use, and if the videos don't cover it, for
Hmm.
AI, because it can explain, hey, this is why you do it this way.
Yes. Yes, and it helps that, we've just come through all the HTML stuff with bits and stuff too. So,
Yeah, I'm sure that
that
helped.
it does.
If you guys haven't joined bits.org or bits-acb, I think they all go to the same thing now.
I think so. I'm not sure. Can't keep up with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
mean,
can't either, and I'm on the IT team.
Yes.
Melissa, I
Very
just want to say that like I pretty much had the same experience because I had worked my way in the legacy. I was already past HTML and
mhm.
CSS, and I
Yes.
was stepping into JavaScript.
Hmm.
And then I restarted again, going through full stack and going through the videos and everything. Just I think it's helping me understand a lot of the concepts a lot better
Hmm.
than just going through the legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And yeah, it may be initially slowing me down, but in the end, I think it's going to be a much more intuitive and full learning experience with the videos and the quizzes and the different things that you can do because like I was saying last week, it's like, if you have to think about the answer to a question, then you're more likely to remember, especially if you write down the answer to the question. At least for me, that seems to be helpful because, you know, I use Braille and I guess what somebody said it's a tactile visual learner. So I guess
Yeah, you're a visual learner,
I'm a visual learner. So for me, that just works better.
and that's okay.
I mean, for me, I just have I had a really hard time, even with the bit stuff, just with the audio, with the screen reader, because I couldn't visualize it in my head, you know? And so when I added the braille, it really made a lot of difference.
I think we may have a couple more participants from YouTube, so I've been addressing their questions. You do not need a passcode for the meeting. If for some reason you do, I'll quick provide it in the YouTube chat. But yeah, if we have more participants, that's always more the merrier.
Yes. Hmm.
Of course, unless we hit 100, which I don't think we will, then we might have the Zoom account. But yeah, let me go ahead and if you guys need a passcode, I just provided the link in the YouTube, so please join if you can. Everybody's welcome to join. And yeah, so
Yeah, we'd
anyway,
love to have you guys for sure.
we would. And I got a slight update. So I've been actually trying to reach out to the FreeCodeCamp founder. I sent him an X message this morning and we'll see if he gets back to me. But I'm trying to schedule an interview for one of these Learn to Code Tuesdays.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Preferably when Laurel's back.
How's your new 3D printer going? Did you guys get it yet? The color one?
We just ordered it and it's gonna ship either May 8th or arrive May 8th. We're not sure. And we have a friend coming with to our house next week, so it's gonna be really exciting.
Ah, okay.
He's also really into AI, so it's gonna be
Good.
exciting. And
Um,
speaking of AI, um, real quick, I know we're kind of deviating off the rabbit trails, Laura like to say, but I just got a new Copilot Plus PC, so I've been messing around with AI, and it's been fun. So anyway, that is way off the trail, but yeah.
well, I'm excited to hear about how you guys like your new 3D printer because I've been looking at them for since last Tuesday.
And we
So,
are going to be creating that group, so follow me on Facebook if you can.
okay.
Um,
Mhm.
and I will. Hold on, I'm trying to find the passcode.
It is, let's see. They have it
Oh,
in
I
the
found it.
email. Let's see. It doesn't have one, does it? No.
I'll find it in a minute.
No, because you don't even have a waiting room. You don't have anything.
Well, we do, but I disabled it today because I always disable it. There's no way I'm going to deal with that today. The stuff we're doing.
Did you find it? Because I got it.
Yeah, put it in the chat so I can copy and paste. Not the YouTube, but the meeting chat.
Okay.
And we are still remember Techopolis Online Solutions. Let's talk about that real quick because we want to make sure that you guys understand about that. So, if you've ever wanted to learn to code, more than what you get here, right? What you get here is really awesome. But if you want to take a course, Techopolis Online Solutions can help. We have courses in coding, and we're gonna have a 3D printing course soon, and it's really awesome. If you use the code Taylor onto YouTube, you get 50% off a year of all access, or you can get 50% off a month. In addition to that, if you're a company who wants to learn how to deploy AI and wants to learn how to leverage it for your employees, we offer AI consulting and strategy and training sessions. Or if you're an individual who wants to get the most out of AI, we offer AI training sessions as well, starting at $25 for the first 10 people who book their training sessions today. So that is a little spiel from Techopolis. Always have to throw that in there. And yeah, did you paste in the chat, Melissa?
I'm trying to. My phone's being weird.
It's
But
fine. Let me find it real quick.
it's 818-915.
818-915. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. My phone's acting crazy over here. I should be on the computer for this class. I should know that by now.
818-915.
Hmm.
Got it.
Yep.
All right, everybody. So that's the code in YouTube. Please join us. Register. We're going live right now. Well, we're already live, but
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, enough of that. So, yeah. So you were saying. So, we'll quick go back to the 3D. But we're kind of just jumping all around today, which is fine. So are you gonna get a 3D printer, Melissa?
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Woo! Yay!
Yeah, that's the plan. I may wait until I get back because I got a trip coming up out of town and I don't want it to come while I'm gone.
Yeah,
So
wait till you come back.
yeah, because I want to be here when it comes. So
Are you gonna
uh
get the Bamboo Labs A1 or what one do you want?
um I was looking at different ones, but is that the one that you guys just ordered?
No, we ordered the really, 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 really expensive the Bamboo XC X1C.
Mm-hmm. Um,
The A1 is the budget option.
oh, I got you. Yeah. I saw the first stuff that came up, of course, was on Amazon, some Flash Forge brand. But
Careful about that.
yeah, that's
I
what
would
I was
recommend
thinking
because
too.
I recommend because you're blind, order the ones that we have. That way we know if it's gonna be usable or not.
Yes, I would. That's why I wanted to maybe make sure to get the one, that you guys have. So,
And
um,
order it from their site. That way it doesn't like accidentally come refurbished or something.
oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a good point.
Melissa, I'm just curious. What would you be using your 3D printer for? Is it just for your own personal knowledge, or would you be using it like in the workplace for anything?
um, I was kind of thinking that um, I might use it to make stuff for some of the kids that I work with and have them learn. Some of them are already into coding at, 8, 9 years old. So,
Have them
That's
come
a
here.
great idea. That is
so
truly a great idea.
I want to teach them, learn and then teach them. And then the fun thing is they're all sighted, so they get a kick out of, watching me do stuff and like, wait, how do you do that? That's just like, and then I can teach them, um, just how possible things are,
Eh,
Um,
And you can, Melissa, you can have them join this meeting if they have time, because or watch it later because there's no age limits.
uh-huh. Yeah, I will do that. Especially one of my kids is very, very promising. He's already really into coding, etc. And his mom bought him a book, and I told her, they're not all into the AI yet. And she was like, I have to go look up all this code for him. And I was like, no, you don't. Tell him to ask Chat GPT. And, so, uh, and they're going to come over to the house Saturday. So I'm going to show him, the free code camp stuff and,
Yeah,
start getting him into some of that. So,
and also like my YouTube channel and things like that, because those are things
mhm,
that he can watch.
yeah.
So Michael just texted me, he's watching on YouTube, and he said that Michael, our other friend, likes the Flash Forge. I've never used it, so I don't know anything about it. So you can, Michael Babcock is in
Uh-huh.
bits, so he has that Flash Forge because he got it. But I'm
Hmm.
not sure a whole lot about it. You could just look at all the options.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, Flash Forge, but I'm going to, can you give me the one that you guys just started one more time, the model number or the name?
Bamboo Labs X1C. That's expensive though. And then there's the Bamboo One Labs X or A1. That's the cheapest.
Okay. I'm going to write down both of them that way. A1. Okay. I got it. Thank you. I had to get over here where I could write. But yes, I want to use it to do some different things with the kids and um, stuff like. I think they'll really enjoy it, and I know I'm going
Eh,
to enjoy it.
Do you work from home or do you work for the school or
I work
a
from
school?
home, but I work, with different kids throughout our school district, and so sometimes I go to them, they come to me. Um, online. We do all kinds of, things. So it's like a tutoring program for gifted kids, so they can actually interact with people that are, on their level in a lot of ways who because they want the kids to do what they have an aptitude for. And, when kids have aptitude for, computer stuff or there's a couple other areas that I'm qualified to do if they're into creative writing and that kind of thing. So um so yeah, I've worked with kids for a long time.
That's good. And even like Techopolis, we can accommodate. Oh, welcome to the new participant. We can accommodate like if parents buy stuff for their kids or they need extra stuff, we can help them with that. So, anyways,
Mhm.
welcome to the new participant. If you'd like to introduce yourself, that would be awesome. Welcome, yo. Can you please unmute so I know that you're real? Hello, Michael.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
I was listening on YouTube. I heard y'all talking about 3D printers, so I wanted to come and contribute.
Oh, contribute. Yes.
So, Bamboo Labs does have a cheaper model than the A1 called the
Oh, they do?
the A1 Mini.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. You honestly, they do have the Flash Forge. I do not know how accessible that model is,
Me
that
either.
printer is.
Okay.
But Bamboo Lab has the easiest printers to get started because they have a device called the AMS, which lets you add 4 spools of filament at once. And what happens is that you put the filament in a tiny hole,
Mm-hmm.
and it will grab it and feed it through on its own.
Oh.
And when it changes color, it will basically do what we manually do with a pair of pliers and just snip
Mm-hmm.
and then change color. And it's a fantastic printer. And they're quiet. It was called the Anchor Make M5. It's now the UFI Make
Mm-hmm.
M5.
Mm-hmm.
And it does great work, but it's loud. It's very loud. So
Yeah.
the um uh what's it called? The Bamboo Labs printers are so quiet, and like the one we're getting is uh what's it called? Very quiet because it has a compartment. Like you actually have to open the door to get your prints out.
Mm-hmm.
They have one like the printer we have is not the most expensive either. Uh I don't it begins with H2 something, and it
Oh,
basically
that's the
is
big, yeah.
well, it's not much. Like the plate is 1.5 times bigger than um than the one we have, and it does some great work.
It does. Michael, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. I was like, I thought I lost audio.
No, somebody left. Maybe the person who said no thanks about the 3D printer. I don't know.
Look, these Learn to Code Tuesdays, we try to relate anything that we talk about to code. And 3D printing has something to do with code, so we talk about it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's how these things go. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I'm, for sure getting one. I mean, I've been thinking about it for a couple of months, and last Tuesday just kind of said, "Oh yeah, okay." As soon as I get back from my trip, then when I'll be home to get the package, then I'm gonna
Hmm.
get it. So I've been doing research, and I did want you guys' expertise. I know that's not proper English, but um, expertise since you guys have already, been playing with them and experiencing with them. I think the accessible 3D printer guy has a Bamboo Labs one too.
He does.
Yeah, because I remember watching his videos.
Taylor, do you
It's the
want to
most.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. We keep cutting each other off. It's the most universal brand.
Mhm.
Michael, what?
Do you want to talk about the cool breakthrough we've had in coding in the last week?
Cool. Oh, geez, I don't remember.
Replit.
Oh boy. Yeah. Do you want to talk about it? Because you seem to like it more than I do.
So Taylor found this application called Replit. And it basically it's meant for vibe coding, but you can do regular coding in it as well. But you could basically tell the application what you want, and it will create it for you.
Oh,
We've almost created an entire software as a service product that will use 11 Labs, OpenAI, Google, and hopefully eventually Microsoft. And you could put in any document size and convert it to speech.
wow.
Wow.
And
Is it REPLIT?
That's correct.
Okay.
yeah, Michael, do you want to share the link in the chat for your referral, or you not have it?
I
It's fine if you
don't have it right now.
I
It's
got
fine.
I just got a way to take notes just so I
Mhm.
could take notes. Just that sounds pretty cool.
And what's neat about it is all of your projects are stored in the cloud.
Mhm.
And what happens is they even have an iPad app, guys.
Ah, okay.
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yeah, you came in
Uh-oh.
the door.
I think we got a spammer.
Hey,
I think you got a
how
spammer.
about you? Look, I can't go to my participants. Who is it, Michael? I can't find him now.
Did we get him?
Is it Michael Luis?
I think I saw somebody leave, but I'm not sure.
I kicked him. I kicked somebody.
Yeah,
Good.
I think it was the same person that said no thanks
I think
and
so
then
too.
left. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, whoops!
Yeah.
I might have kicked the wrong person.
No,
No,
don't know.
I don't think so. I think you did the right thing.
I think
So
so too.
We'll find
And
out.
usually we don't. What, Michael? Usually
We'll
we don't
find
have
out.
spammers.
well,
Hmm?
but when you post, I mean, this is the, and I had this happen in a Zoom meeting. It was a Christian Zoom meeting, and we got Zoom bombed, and it was like, oh God, we had to totally close the meeting and come back in. And I said, if you don't know them, don't let them in.
Yeah. Well, the interesting
Well,
thing is, don't you have to register for this meeting?
yes, and
Yes,
that
you
Laurel's
do.
been putting it out all on social media. It's like, gosh, the day
Uh-huh.
I'm the host, like we get
Yeah. Yeah.
Zoom bomb.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah,
They
it
get
can get
creative.
crazy. They do. They get creative, and you don't want to know the things they put up on the screen. Trust me. And Michael, you
Well, what
can
I'm
see
gonna
enough.
do
You
for
probably
now
know, but
is I'm gonna disable the. I'm gonna get the waiting room back because
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to register for this meeting. It's not like because next year when I do our you know get together, I'm definitely doing the registration link. So I learned my lesson the hard way.
But no, Replit is a really neat
Okay,
application.
cool. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, we have not lost them.
No, we have not.
let me.
And they're muting and unmuting.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
See, they left.
Hmm?
Okay,
What happened?
they left.
I wonder if we had more than one.
We did. God
Yeah.
dang it. They have
It's
to register too. That's what I don't get.
Well, we saw this on Clubhouse too whenever we were there.
mm,
But now they can't get back in. They'd have to go in the waiting room, and I could just reject them there.
Well, my concern is if they've already been in the meeting, can they just?
Well,
No,
I'm on the participants list, so I'll quickly grab them.
yeah, she shouldn't. She shouldn't have it. She's got the waiting room up. She'll have to let
Yeah.
them back in. So I think she's good. So, Michael, could you use this Replit app to, like convert? Say, if you published a book and you wanted to make an audio book of it.
The one that we're creating, you technically could. But it would be text to speech instead of having somebody read it, which is very
Oh,
much more
okay.
affordable.
Right.
But it still may cost I mean, we're doing a subscription basis for it, so we still don't know what that pricing looks like. But the fact that you could do that, and we did it over a weekend. We didn't write a line of code.
Wow.
Which has its good points and its bad points, but the neat thing is I could go look at every file in that project and learn how the AI wrote it,
But now the purpose of this project was to essentially scan text, convert the text into like basically using like OCR and
No,
then
it's just to
speaking the text, right?
it's just to take text in a document and use a human-esque sounding text to speech voice to read it out loud and then save it to another file.
Okay, so this is only for digital documents then. It's not
Correct.
for okay.
We're gonna be coming out with something similar to that, like in a few months.
Oh yeah, and I haven't told Taylor even this. I want all of these programs to talk to each other.
Michael, you
Yes.
can't do that to me.
So, would you guys have any ideas about, maybe you wouldn't, I'm not sure if this is strictly related to AI or coding, but would you have any ideas about any reputable places where you could get an audio, I mean, like an ebook converted to an actual audiobook that has a human, I mean,
I would probably, I mean, this may not be a good idea, may be a good idea. I would see how expensive people on Upwork or Fiverr would cost.
yes, I thought about that. Yeah.
Fiverr, yeah. Upwork is gonna be much more expensive.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I could do it, but I don't really want to. I don't want to hear my voice for 10 or 8 hours.
I've always
rather,
hated my own voice, so I'm like,
yeah, I'd
no.
rather have somebody else do that. But
There are people
but
with much
I
better
do.
speaking voices.
Yeah, have you seen some of the Audible books now they tell you at the beginning, and they can't charge for them, but they tell you at the beginning this is being read by a virtual voice.
I have not seen that because all the books I buy have been long-standing Like I just got a book this
Yes.
morning, and it's book 18 in the series, and all 18 books have the same narrator.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Well, and even at that, like I'm a New York Times subscriber, and sometimes I'll listen to their audio, and virtually all of their audio now is computer generated, which really, I don't know, because as a person who doesn't see well, I do enjoy, having things read to me. But on the other hand, I'm kind of like, but isn't that taking away somebody's job?
It is. Yeah.
Very much so.
And it's not ready for prime time as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I've read a few just to get, a feel for how the voices they use on Audible, and it's not ready for, commercial.
The one thing that
know.
always makes me laugh is the ones that try to say that read numbers.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're like, instead of $2,340, it's 2,000.
But we fix that with our application.
We did
hopefully.
fix that with our application. We convert the numbers to words.
Uh-huh.
So as it's reading, as it's converting, it converts the numbers to words first and then does that.
So if you had a text that had, say, 2008, would it say 2008 or would it say 2008?
It would say it would convert it from the numbers to 2000, the words 2008.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
And
those are
it's going to be
some,
coming out in the coming weeks. So
those are the
hopefully
things
by
that
next week.
those are the things that when you are writing code, you have to think of all of those little gotchas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think one of the things that the virtual voices misses is its colloquial dialect
Yes.
because
does.
it's like, if I didn't know what you were saying, I would have no clue.
Although ChatGPT can do a pretty passable Valley Girl.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, if you've gone into ChatGPT lately, they have a new voice called Monday. And it's
Uh-huh.
kind of like a very snarky, depressed female voice. And it's to match their Monday GPT, which I did not know was a part of like that. I didn't know OpenAI made that one.
I thought it was Monday.com.
Different things.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, 3D printing is always like something that we, talk about next, especially because like we're gonna get our new printer soon, hopefully. So
Yeah, I'm excited to hear how that goes. So what explain to me again, you're getting a new one because it has more color, more options, more than the one you have now?
yes,
Because the one you have now has color too, correct?
only one color.
Oh, just one? So how did you guys make the um bits coins of different colors?
Well, we had different colors of filaments,
Ah, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
We have to make a
and
batch in
I'm
one color and then make the next batch in a different color.
and
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
really colorblind, so we ended up with like the rainbow almost.
I heard the purple. I'm like, oh, I want the purple. Even though that's my favorite color, but I don't really I couldn't tell you why. It's just, because I have no vision, but I just like the way people have described purple.
Well, if you're going to be at
So,
convention, it's going to be completely random.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, you were there
Are you
at
gonna be
the
at convention?
I'm
you
not
were at
sure
the
yet. I haven't decided yet. I was
Yeah,
at the meeting Sunday, yeah.
yeah.
But I was like, oh, I want a purple one.
Yeah, we currently have white, purple, blue, and red.
Yeah.
I want to make some green ones, but we don't have any green yet.
We can get some.
Yep.
So with the new printer, is the filament going to be different? You can put more colors simultaneously,
You
or
could put 4
Yeah.
colors and 4 different types of filament. So you
okay.
could use PLA, which is the brittle plastic that we use. You can put PETG, which is a sturdier plastic, and there's some other materials you could use as well.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
PLA
Wait,
is
you can do
interesting.
4 filaments too?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, there's so many cool. I want to. There's a few models I want to try to reprint. I found a really neat space shuttle model, and I want to try to reprint it. When I printed it on our printer, the wing broke off,
Oh no.
so I was kind of sad about that. And then,
I wonder how your Vision Pro stand will do.
yeah, I want to print my Vision Pro stand.
Oh
Although I
yeah.
think I should probably make a better one. I don't like that other one. But it's fine.
I don't mind this one because it has a place for the battery and a place for the glasses, but I'm hoping the new printer does a better job.
Yeah, and I was telling them that I figured out how to make models better. So I was talking about that.
How did your keychain turn out last week once it was done?
Well, we haven't printed it yet, but I gave another draft to Michael in the drive, so
Oh, that's
he'll
right.
approve it
I
when
need
he
to
gets
look at
done.
that. But the original one, like I mentioned on stream, had the
Mhm.
issues mentioned.
Yes. And Jackie has enough vision. She could, when you stepped away, she could help Taylor and tell her, hey, this is still, the letter's still hanging off.
Ah,
So we were Taylor was trying her best to fix it. But the first thing that I ever saw from the 3D printer was a microphone that this guy made who helps with, we all do audio together at church. And he brought in this 3D, he had made a microphone with a 3D printer. I'm like, oh my Lord, that's so cool.
well, he made part of it with a 3D printer. The rest he
Yeah,
probably had to make the electronics.
yeah, yeah. But he had
Well, I mean,
the housing and all that. Yeah. But it was neat though.
I honestly think a lot like the BT Speak. I think is built. The case for that's a 3D printed case.
Hmm.
And if you want something really neat, you can 3D print a case for the Raspberry Pi.
what
Oh,
is the Raspberry Pi?
I have one of those.
Oh boy, Jackie, your world's about to change.
Tell her, Michael.
The Raspberry Pi is a computer that fits in the palm of your hand. It
Okay.
is a circuit board with a full processor and RAM. It has USB ports. It has a HDMI port, Wi-Fi, audio jack, and an micro SD slot. And all you have to do is just plug it in, put the SD card in, and you've got a computer.
Wow. What kind of
And
operating system does it run on?
it runs off of Linux. It has its own flavor
Okay.
of Linux. And you can do anything you want with them. They're like $20 to $50.
They're cheap. They're cheap. I have one courtesy of my late husband because he
Wow.
bought one. So, and so they are small.
And I mean they do amazing work. Like you can run Python on them, you can run a server. I made one time. I used a Raspberry Pi one time to create a Braille embossing server. It's hooked up to a Braille embosser,
Hmm.
and we used a driver called Cups. It's the Linux printing driver. And you could open Microsoft Word on your computer and print in Braille.
Very cool.
What did you program that in?
Well, that actually wasn't even programmed. It was just built into Linux. So
Really?
we just set it up and put it on the Raspberry Pi, put it on our Wi-Fi network, hooked up to the printer. And so the printer and the Braille and Vossler just looked like a printer to the rest of the network.
Wow.
I didn't know you did that, Michael.
Uh-huh.
The things you can do. See, the problem is I don't know Linux, so I haven't played with it a whole lot.
Linux is really fun because it has two components. It has the graphical interface, which I'm not a big fan of, but it
Mhm.
also has the terminal, which most
Would
people
be
use for Linux. And you just type commands into it.
like the Mac terminal that we're studying.
Correct. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in fact, they're very similar in nature. So if
Okay.
you're learning the Mac terminal, you have learned a lot of how Linux works.
Oh, great. Cool. Yes, I missed class last week because I didn't realize 2 weeks had gone by and you said we were meeting in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh no. And I didn't see the message till like 7:30. I'm like, oh no.
Well, I got to edit the recording and put it up, but it
I
was
will
pretty.
listen as soon
It
as
was
you put it up.
it was a pretty neat. It was a pretty neat lesson.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
We covered grep. We covered find. We covered one or two other things. It wasn't a terribly long lesson, but
Mhm.
Anybody have anything else? Michael, do you?
nope. I'm just kind of here. Can't really do
Yeah, I
much.
kind of am too. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm like, oof.
Uh, do you drink coffee?
No, I was just trying to make sure Michael was okay.
Ah,
Michael's sick, so
Yep.
you know what? I basically took the day off. I'm like, Michael, I'm gonna go sleep. So after this learn to code, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
yeah, we're just working through our code count. I mean, I don't have any questions. I'm just working through it. And Jackie, I think, is doing the same. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, are you guys, Michael? Are you guys opposed to ending a little earlier today if we don't have any questions and Laurel's not here?
no, I'm not opposed to
Me
I'm okay.
either.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do it in case people, but I don't have any questions. I don't have anything else to talk about. So I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna go ahead and end it. That way I can go get a little bit more sleep.
Yes, go get some sleep, Taylor.
go get some
Thank
rest.
you.
And thank you for being here,
Thank
both of
you.
you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay.
Have a
See you
wonderful
guys
week,
next
y'all.
week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.